Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Diaries Channel. There are certain moments in a person's life when words are no longer needed. When voices speak not through the mouth, but through the gaze. And for ARMY who have followed Jimin and Jungkook's relationship for years, that moment happened again silent, intense, full of emotion, and leaving thousands of theories spinning in every viewer's head. It all started with a seemingly simple incident, but it hid something much deeper. That day, Jungkook seemed different. Usually, he's the first to smile, joke, or lighten the mood. But this time, his expression was heavy, as if there was something he couldn't say. ARMY noticed how his body looked stiff, as if there was a restriction, as if an invisible string was holding him back from acting freely. And that was the beginning of the rumor that had everyone wondering if Jungkook was holding back from someone, or from something. Even more captivating was Jimin's presence. Always perceptive, always able to read Jungkook even in a room full of people. Jimin didn't say much that day, but the way he looked at Jungkook seemed to convey a sentence, unheard but clearly felt. I'm here. I'm with you. You're not alone. The moment happened so quickly, yet enough to shake the entire fandom. Jungkook sat with his arms folded, his body slightly hunched over, his jaw clenched. Some said he looked frustrated, some said he looked sad, and still others said he looked angry but holding it all in. The setting seemed professional and public, like a situation requiring him to maintain complete control. But ARMY knew Jungkook much more deeply than that. There was something unusual there. That's when the camera caught Jimin turning to look at them. It wasn't a smile, not a joke, but a meaningful look. Not aggressive, not pushy, but steady, strong, and yet warm. A look that seemed to say, I know you're holding something back, but you have me. I'm here. And what was most touching was the way Jungkook responded. A fleeting moment, just a split second, but enough to break many hearts. Jungkook's gaze, once sharp and tense, softened as soon as their eyes met. It was as if just feeling Jimin understand him lifted the weight off his chest. But soon he looked down again, as if forcing himself to remain professional, as if remembering the boundaries that were holding him back. This is the part that made ARMY even more emotional. Jimin seemed to read everything without a word. He didn't look away, didn't speak, but gave Jungkook a sense of security, something only someone who truly knows our hearts can provide. For a few seconds, the world seemed to stop. All sound and cameras seemed to disappear, leaving just two people understanding each other without words. Many wondered what exactly was happening. Did Jungkook feel he shouldn't show his closeness to Jimin because of the situation? Was there external pressure? Was he protecting something or someone? There were no definitive answers. But one thing that was clear was how Jungkook desperately wanted to lean in but felt unable to. The distance he created wasn't because he didn't want to be close, but because he felt he shouldn't. As the scene progressed, Jimin briefly adjusted his sitting position, creating a physical distance that seemed normal to others. But ARMY knew it was a form of protection. Jimin tried not to draw public attention to Jungkook, ensuring he wouldn't be further burdened. But amidst that physical distance, their emotional connection grew stronger. Such a connection, like magnets drawing closer to each other despite the barriers that forced them apart, wasn't something that could be faked. And when Jungkook finally smiled a little, just a little, almost imperceptible, ARMY knew it wasn't a smile for the cameras, not for the staff, not for formality. It was a response to Jimin's presence, a response to a sense of security. Jimin touched his soul without touching his body, just with his eyes. The most devastating part came after the event ended. Many noticed how Jimin walked a little slower than usual, as if ensuring Jungkook remained within reach if needed, but still maintaining a distance so the public wouldn't notice. And Jungkook followed him wordlessly, as if his body chose the path that made him feel safest without needing direction. A couple who don't need verbal communication isn't because everything is perfect, but because they truly understand each other's pain. Jungkook probably couldn't freely express his feelings at that time. Maybe his hands were unbound by the situation. Perhaps his mind was filled with things he couldn't share. But Jimin wasn't there to intervene, not to ask questions, but to provide a safe space, a space filled only by his unconditional presence.
Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20, let's get it!
Their gaze that day left a mark on the hearts of many, because behind all the rumors, speculation, and theories, the most obvious truth was this: Jungkook needed someone at that moment, and the person who could reach him was no one else, except Jimin. Their story isn't just about physical closeness. It's about two hearts prioritizing each other, even as the world watches. About two people who have developed a way of communicating that no one else can learn: communication with eyes, breath, silence, and feeling. When Jungkook seemed as if his hands were tied and he couldn't express his feelings freely, Jimin didn't force him to open up. He simply said with his gaze, "I know everything is hard, but you're not alone. I'm here." And sometimes, the greatest love isn't a hug or sweet words. The greatest love is being there when someone can't ask for help, but you're still there. Thank you for watching until the end. Army, if your heart melted, broke, or fluttered because of Jimin and Jungkook's moment today, you're not alone. We all felt the same way. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment with your thoughts, and share it with other armies who need to see this moment too. And of course, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the latest Jikook updates, in-depth analysis, and love-filled stories every day. On this channel, we don't just watch Jikook, we feel them. Until next time, stay healthy, stay happy, and keep loving Jimin and Jungkook with your warm hearts. Jikook Diaries. Signing out.